Today, we are going to be looking at another play written by Athol Fugard. In our previous video, we discussed Suzwe Banzi is Dead by Athol Fugard. We discussed the plot, the characters, the theme. And today, we'll be looking at Nongogo. Nongogo by Athol Fugard is another one art play written in 1950s and published in 1959 that revolve around a character called Queenie. Yeah, Queenie is a prostitute who set up a bar, and it revolves around the treatment of women in the apartheid regime in South Africa at that time. So what happened in the play, you are going to learn about it very soon. And how was Queenie treated that negates the right of women in the society, even at that time and in the contemporary society. You will learn more about this now as we discuss the plot of the play. So the play begins with Queenie having a bar, having a very bad past, engaging in prostitution with different men to earn a living, and the society frowned at her behavior of having sexual affair with multiple men for money, because the society is patriarchal, it's male dominated, and women were seen as a possession, as properties to the men. So for Queenie to decide to be an independent woman, of not being submissive to anybody like husband, having her own place and having income from her sexual affair with various men, she was considered to be a rebel to the conventional living, conventional culture in the society. So we saw that she was malign, she was dehumanized, she was talked bad at because of her decision to stay alone and have money using her body. So it revolved around her and the people patronizing the bar, the radicals, some of the men, both responsible and irresponsible ones, that patronize her in her bar and in the prostitute brothel. So what happened is that she got money and then she set up a bar. And then we saw that some characters were patronizing, like Patrick, like Sam, and then we saw Johnny. And then in doing her business, being an independent woman, she encountered a man called Johnny. Johnny is a salesman who is a tablecloth vendor. He sells tablecloths, and then he sold some tablecloth to Queenie also, and he entered also the bar to look for a cup of coffee, and from there was interest between him and Queenie, who is the owner of the bar. From there, relationship began to develop among the two. And what happened to the relationship? We saw that when the relationship was developing among them, the character Queenie also was deciding to settle down with a man and avoid any form of prostitution with different multiple men. And she has decided to do so when Johnny picked interest, and she also having a very good, having a business, having a bar, an illegal bar where she sell a lot of alcoholic drink. Most of the things being sold in the bar are alcoholic drink being supplied by some of the characters to the bar. And we saw that she's a very good character in the sense that she has compassion and she's passionate. And that was why one of the characters in the play called Blackie, a homeless hunchback man, was rescued by the heroine and protagonist of the play, Queen. He was homeless, and then Queen gives him home. Queen gives him home. He accommodated him. But guess what happened? Blackie also was salivating, and at the same time was wishing to have sexual affair with Queenie, his benefactor. So we saw that Patrick, who was a former friend of Queenie and a major customer in the in the in the bar, who always is a drunkard, having time, spending a lot of time in the bar drinking, began to notice the relationship, and not only him, Blackie, other character like Sam, Patrick, also we are noticing the relationship between Johnny and the character Queenie. So they were hunting Queenie with her past by telling Johnny that Queenie had a lot of bad reputation before. She was a prostitute who has slept with various multiple men. And Johnny was so downhearted, disappointed, worried, and not ready to settle down with a woman who has had such kind of bad past. But guess what? Johnny also had a very bad past. He was violent before, was violent towards women, and also his character also his behavior before was very bad and is not acceptable to the society, just as prostitution by Queenie was unacceptable or the society frowned at when she was doing it. So what happened to the relationship was that Johnny began to lose interest, and in that process he decided to leave Johannesburg. When he left Johannesburg, Queenie was downhearted, frustrated, having mental disturbance and even psychological problem because the way her past was being used to haunt her and even to destroy her own dream and destiny. So she was downhearted, and then she returned to her normal life. Which normal life? She returned to the way she was living before she met Johnny. And at the same time, she refused to still submit to marriage and maybe abandoning prostitution. She took her own life by herself. She accepted her situation, and she decided to engage in such kind of lifestyle, not minding what the people in the society are saying. Queen refuses to accept the lesser roles that seems to be her social inheritance. Because the society is a patriarchal society, they believe that woman is a possession of man. But Queen did what? She refuses this. And at the same time, she refuses to be defined by her past as a sex worker and rail against the dignity of owning a disrespectful business. Because setting up the bar was a business that was not legalized or authorized by the government or any existing authority in Johannesburg at that time. They were considering her business as illegal. But she still refuses to be defined by such. And then even somebody like Queen Johnny used to describe her as a respectful shibi, somebody having an illegal business in the urban society, a suburb of Johannesburg at that time. So Queen shoot back that she is tired of having money that smell like an unwashed dirty shit. What does that mean? She's tired of having sexual affair and engaging in sexual affair with men to get money. So she set up a bar to earn a legitimate legal money. And Johnny was doing a very good and legitimate business. So both of them can start a very good relationship now and be earning well. But despite that, her past was still being used to haunt her by the characters who were even benefiting from her. So you could see the expressions of women in the apartheid regime in the patriarchal dominated Johannesburg in South Africa at that time in the 1950s, in the middle of 20th century. So that was what happened to her. And then what happened at the end of the play? When Johnny refuses to marry her and left the city, she returned back to her business and still held her head high, not wanting to be defined by her past, by the unfortunate men around her after Johnny has left. And she continued with her business. So we are looking at it also. The play is a very short play, and looking at the screen, you can also read what is written, and I believe you will have a very good understanding of the plot of the play. Then look at some of the characters in the play. We have Queenie. Queenie is the protagonist in the play. She's a very sincere woman who, out of circumstances, engaged in prostitution and at the same time set up a illegal business or a business that is not authorized by the government. And she continued doing a bar, selling in the bar, selling alcoholic drink in the bar, and about 4 5 characters and many other nameless characters patronizes her in the bar. So what happened? She's a very sincere because she did not deny her past, and she did not lie to Johnny. Johnny, who was the salesperson selling tablecloths who have interest in her, did not lie to him. So you see that Queenie is a very sincere and very passionate, and that was why she took Blackie from the street and then gave him home and care for him. But despite that, even Blackie was using her past to haunt her. Then look at it again. Look at other characters. Sam is a friend of Queenie before, and also they did business together. We saw that Sam and another character called Blackie seems to be deeply infatuated with Queenie. They wanted to have sexual affair with Queenie, which they are not even up to her status. So each of them, in their own sinister and possessive way, and both will do whatever it takes to keep her. And at the same time, why do they want to keep her? Because they were benefiting from her, even though they were talking bad at her. Then we have Blackie, who is a homeless hunchback man rescued by Queenie. And then it was revealed later that even the disability that Blackie was claiming was false, because she was just using that one to gain sympathy from Queenie and then continue eating and enjoying the the properties and the goods and services of Queenie. Then we have other characters like Patrick. Patrick is also a big customer who is a drunkard. He can drink for this world. Can drink so well. A drunkard that has nothing, and then he used to malign Queenie very well by talking about her past to anybody that cares to hear. Then Johnny is a salesperson, a vendor of tablecloth, who is also passionate to set up a business, having passion and dream, and also wanting to establish a family with Queenie. But when the past was revealed, even though he also have a very bad past, he could not forgive Queenie or forget about the past of Queenie, and then he left Johannesburg to look for fortune in another place. Then let's look at the themes in the play. This thing we are going to briefly discuss it now. In the next video, we are going to be discussing them extensively with literary devices used in the play. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you will be notified. Click the notification bell. You will be notified when more videos are uploaded. Hypocrisy is very common in the play because most of the characters frown at prostitution, but the proceeds from prostitution is being used to feed them, like Blackie. And at the same time, Johnny, who had a very bad past, unacceptable to the society, refused to accept Queenie that also have bad past, unacceptable to the society. He wanted Queenie to forgive him of his past, but he never wanted to forgive Queenie, and that was why he left. Love exists in the play on the part of Queenie because Queenie sincerely loves Johnny and wanted to have a very good family and future with him before he ran from Johannesburg. Sincerity is also on the part of Queenie. He was very sincere. He did not deny her past. He was sincere to all the characters. But at long last, her past was being used to destroy her. Victimization is also a prominent theme in the play. Who was victimized? It's still Queenie that was victimized in the play by the people she was feeding, by the people she was helping, by those people who patronized the bar. They keep on victimizing her, using her past as a prostitute to destroy her character, to destroy her reputation. Prostitution is common because Queenie was engaging in prostitution from the beginning of the play. Then we have trade and profession. Queenie was once a professional prostitute, but now Queenie was now a trader. And then we have Johnny, who is also a passionate trader in the play. So trading and profession also runs through the play. Make sure you click the notification bell so that you will be notified when more videos are uploaded. The videos are not only on South African plays, it's all round plays. We have a lot of videos, we are uploading them one after another. Make sure you click the notification bell to get more of the videos, and have a very good day.